Thank you for staying on with Niaga AWANI. My name is Nabila Khalida, taking over from my colleague Fahmi Izzuddin. All right, e-commerce growth in Southeast Asia is here to stay, regardless of the macroeconomics headwinds. And Ninja Van, a tech-enabled express logistics company, is one of them. Being there from the start since 2014 has given Ninja Van a front row seat to Southeast Asia's e-commerce evolution. This enables them to observe from servicing close to 2 million sellers in Southeast Asia across the past 12 months, which is an up-and-coming e-commerce trend. But the more important question is, as e-commerce sellers, how can they ensure that they will always ride the wave of e-commerce growth? Live selling is one of them. And hence, to help us understand better, joining us virtually this morning is Faris Maswan, Head of Sales and Partnership at Ninja Van Malaysia. Good morning, Faris.
Hey, good morning, Dr.
All right, thank you for joining us this morning. All right, Faris, survey of Southeast Asia e-commerce said that 1 in 3 sellers is doing live selling method. So before we discuss further about this trend, can you briefly explain how does live selling works and what are the key highlights and why is it important in this era?
Right. So in November 2022, we have collected over 1,000 responses from Ninja Van's e-commerce sellers across the region, Southeast Asia region. So what we understand is, like what you mentioned earlier, that 1 out of 3 surveyed Southeast Asia e-commerce sellers are actually doing live selling. And on average, they are actually doing up to 6 hours weekly conducting live selling sessions. And some of the products that are being done on live selling are fashion, beauty and personal care, F&B products, and also home and living. So stuff like furniture, even your cooking pot. These are type of products that actually being sold through live selling. And the 3 top motivators of sellers trying live selling are actually, it definitely brings a load of new customers because of the algorithm on the platforms of live selling. And it also actually helps them to have a deeper relationship with the customers because of the chat functions, because of the comments, because of the emojis that they can actually use during live selling. It definitely also helps to generate a lot of more buzz and awareness for their businesses. And in Malaysia alone, if you can see from the statistics that we have done, right, 40% of the live sellers actually conduct their sessions daily, and on average, they do up to 2 hours of live sessions every day. This is actually higher than our counterparts in across the region. And the top 3 platforms that are very useful for live sellers are actually TikTok, Facebook, and also Shopee. Yeah.
All right, like you mentioned just now, the leading trend, the leading platform is TikTok, Shopee, and Facebook. And also, based on the survey, it shows that in Malaysia, the leading trend is by TikTok, Facebook, but a rough calculation tells us that surveyed Southeast Asia e-commerce sellers set aside up to 6 hours per week or for live selling, excluding the time needed for setup. So how can this research benefit SMEs and also e-commerce businesses?
So I think to summarize the whole live selling findings that we do, right, this is definitely the mobile and first environment that we are living nowadays. So if we see live selling, it's actually a today's version of home shopping TV channels, if we can call it that way. And this is definitely, live selling is definitely a more convenient and more accessible, not only for consumers, because of gone are the days where you have to stay in one place to actually go through the TV channels. Now you are actually on the go most of the time. You can watch when you lie on your bed. You can also watch during your commute to and from work. Even if you are caught in traffic jam during your travels during holidays, during holiday period, you can actually go through live selling. And I think for the sellers, they have to take this opportunity. These are actually a push marketing. Customers, most of the time, that what we have also noticed, customers are actually got interested and also buy products that they didn't actually know they needed. So these are some of the opportunities that has to be taken into consideration. And definitely the more interactions that can be done through live selling, like I mentioned earlier. The use of emojis, they can actually gamify the whole shopping. So when you purchase something, you reach certain numbers of purchases, you can actually get free gifts and stuff like that. These are some of the creative ways that we can do through live selling. And then from this research also, what we would like to say, there are definitely potential for live selling. The adoption is still low, what we have seen, but there's a need and there's a very high importance for sellers to actually adopt live selling and to increase their revenues and their sales.
All right. As we know, when one do business, it's not always rainbows and sunshines, right? So, what can this live selling? What are the challenges side, or what can I say the unsexy side of the adopting live selling when you do business?
I think us being Asian, we are definitely camera shy. That's definitely the first blocker, especially individuals who are very comfortable doing things behind the scene. It uses a lot of other KOLs or streamers, right? So this is definitely one that they need to, one of the biggest challenge that we see in Southeast Asia. And then there are also products that does not suit live selling. For example, like services, these are not able to capitalize on live selling channels. And what we see, the lack of adoption on live selling is basically sellers' lack of technical expertise. So for Malaysian sellers especially, they feel that they are doing well in currently going through the normal method. So they see that live selling is taking up too much of their effort and energy to set up. So it's what we want to emphasize here. These are the challenges, but live selling is still a worthwhile marketing tactic for sellers to explore, because it has shown in those adopters, it definitely increases sales and also brings them new customers. So there are a few methods or things that can be done. So there are platforms like TikTok, Shopee and Lazada, these marketplaces. They have the end-to-end solutions already. It's really a plug and play. If you can set up shop in these marketplaces, you can definitely start doing live selling. But to address the shyness and the technical expertise, I think we are also working with a few partners. If you go through our white paper, there are a few mentions of the likes of Kaibo and Telegraph. These are enablers that actually help and provide solutions by integrating live selling into the current e-commerce model.
All right, Faris, looking at the trend now, will the live selling actually continue to increase among e-commerce especially? And what's the trend outlook in 5 years to come? When will live selling stay relevant in today's fast-paced digital world?
Yes, we definitely see live selling is going to stay, and this is definitely a new way of, a new form of channel in increasing sales, right? It is tough, we know. 63% of the surveyed sellers have yet to try live commerce, live selling, due to the various reasons that we have mentioned earlier. So I think being in e-commerce, we've been in the market for since 2014. All this while, we have seen e-commerce growth. We have seen challenges and how e-commerce actually grew from e-commerce 1.0 to 2.0, 3.0, and now we are entering the 4.0, where live selling content is what drives audiences into your page. It's definitely a fast-paced environment, and live selling is here to stay. And we hope that, especially in Malaysia, the sellers are actually trying to use this channel of live selling. And for Ninja Van, we are here. We have always been in the forefront of e-commerce. We support, these are value-add services that we want to share with our sellers. we've done this research, and then we also have a few other partners that we work with to connect you guys and to help you venture into this lifestyling.
All right, maybe Faris, you can share how does this lifestyling research can actually help or contribute to a career company and like Niaga of yours?
So this research actually clearly shows what are the trends going forward, not from the seller's perspective only, but also the consumers, right? So for us in the logistic company, these are value add that we have to add to our sellers. So not only providing the best in class of delivery service, but we know there are functions other than lifestyling. There's also sourcing that we need to help customers. So we have developed logistic plus solutions, the likes of Ninja Direct, where we source products from China. Ninja Fulfillment, we help customers who need packing a lot of orders at one time, especially in live selling, right? When you have a hot product, the 2 hours can actually generate about 1,000 orders. So if you have a team of 2-3 people, it's very difficult for you guys for the sellers to actually fulfill the orders. This is where we come in and we have this kind of solution. And also we have partners that we work with to help transform or to help ease the sellers into getting into live selling. So these are the opportunities that we see, and we have to bring ourselves in, not just being the logistic partner, but also the value add services that we have to provide to our sellers.
All right, so while useful marketing tactic that can be fast-track many online shoppers' purchase journeys from awareness to conversion, we can now confirm that live selling is not easy. With that being said, live selling for e-commerce, especially SMEs out there, it is still not too late to try this marketing tactic. After all, it is free to explore. And if you are looking for a connector to translate pixels on screen to parcels on doorsteps, Niaga is here to help. All right, so I would like to say thank you to Faris Maswan, Head of Sales and Partnership at Niaga Malaysia.
Thank you.